The word muse comes from the ancient Greek musa. These were 9 sister goddesses. Their parents? None other than Zeus, king of the gods, and Mnemosyne, titaness of memory. Each muse had a specific artistic area. Calliope, for example, inspired epic poetry, while Terpsichore guided dance. These goddesses weren't just figureheads. They were active forces. To the ancient Greeks, muses didn't just give ideas, they awakened something deep within an artist. This wasn't passive, it was a powerful connection. Think of a lightning strike, not a gentle breeze. Imagine a sculptor chipping away at marble. He's not creating beauty from nothing. He's revealing the form the muse placed within the stone. That's how real the muses were to them. This wasn't just about art either. History, philosophy, even astronomy. Each had its muse. To lack inspiration? That meant you displeased a goddess. Ancient Greeks took their muses very seriously. Temples were built in their honor. Before starting a major work, artists, poets, and even generals would offer sacrifices. They'd pray for the muses' favor. This wasn't just about skill. It was about a divine blessing. A common belief was that muses could appear in dreams. They might even speak directly to their chosen individual. Imagine waking up with a poem fully formed in your mind, or a melody so clear you could swear you heard it played aloud. That was the muse's touch. Failing to honor your muse, that was disastrous. It wasn't just writer's block you risked. It could mean losing your talent altogether.
Now let's jump ahead a few centuries, or millennia. The idea of the muse didn't die with togas and chariots. Take Freddie Mercury, the flamboyant frontman of Queen. His powerful voice, his theatrical presence, was it all just raw talent? Or was there a muse whispering outrageous lyrics and stage directions in his ear? Then there's Jim Morrison, the enigmatic poet and vocalist of The Doors. His lyrics were dark, hypnotic, full of symbolism. Did those words come from a deep well of personal experience? Or did a muse guide his hand as he wrote, leading him through the labyrinths of the human psyche? And what about Jimi Hendrix, the guitar virtuoso who seemed to pull sounds from the ether? His solos were more than just notes, they were stories, emotions, pure sonic energy. Was it simply practice and natural talent, or did a muse whisper those otherworldly melodies into his soul?
Section 4. Divine inspiration or human connection. Here's the question that has echoed through the ages. Are muses real beings, or are they products of our minds? It's easy to scoff at the idea of goddesses on mountaintops. We live in a world of science and reason. Yet, can logic truly explain the spark of genius? The sudden burst of creativity that seems to come from nowhere? Perhaps the answer isn't so black and white. Maybe a muse isn't a deity in the literal sense. Maybe it's a personification of inspiration itself. That voice inside your head urging you to create, to push boundaries, to express the inexpressible. Could that be the modern muse?
Section 5. The perils of over-reliance. Maintaining your creative spark. The concept of a muse is seductive. Imagine having a constant source of inspiration, someone to ignite your passion and guide your hand. But there's a danger in relying too heavily on any external force, even a metaphorical one. What happens when your muse falls silent? Do you lose your ability to create? The ancient Greeks believed that displeasing a muse could lead to creative blockage. In modern terms, we might call this dependence or codependency. If your sense of self-worth is tied to another person's approval or inspiration, you risk losing yourself in the process.
Section 6. A muse of your own. Reflections and questions. So what do you believe? Have you ever felt the touch of a muse in your life? Perhaps it was a person who ignited your passion, a place that sparked your imagination, or a moment of sudden, unexpected clarity. Or maybe you believe that we are all capable of tapping into our own inner wellspring of creativity. Whether you view muses as divine beings, psychological constructs, or simply metaphors, there's no denying the power of inspiration. The next time you feel that spark, that urge to create, embrace it, explore it. You might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving.